want to give thanks to all of my supporting members and patrons. Thank you all so very much. Hello, good evening and welcome to you all. Hope you're having a good one. Right now the weather here is absolutely rubbish. One thing that just made me smile was Flyabusser or Flyab USA saying lights, camembert, action. You did make me laugh. I had to pause a second before I could continue. Right, 49 right on the off. Brilliant stuff. Oh, thanks, Mitch. That'll be a new one, won't it? Thanks, Mitch. Oh, and look at this. Now Pinion, member for 16 months. Happy anniversary, 16 months as a member. Well, thank you now. I appreciate that. Isn't that great? Isn't that lovely? Anyone who wants to become a member can easily do so. I'm not sure where the button is now. It's somewhere there. But you can become a member. The details are, if you click it, you can find out the details. And of course, anyone's welcome to become a patron. Either of those, I'm extremely grateful for, as I am for any and all super chats. But I'm just as grateful just to have people come along and watch. And there's Brainless Steel NL right off the bat with a super chat for €5 saying, like Eminem said, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, Mr. Mitchell from Australia is back. I'm going to leave it a while. Before proceeding with bish bosh loads of dosh, but for Mitch, because I have invited him here. I posted on a couple of comments saying, look, there is no catch to this challenge I gave you. There is no requirement to come on a stream, but I have asked him on, and he'd be most welcome. That'll be interesting. Who knows? He didn't reply. But whether that's because he didn't see it or he saw it and thought, well, if I don't reply, I can always say I didn't see it. Who knows? I'm not going to read anything into it. If he turns up, he turns up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It proceeds no matter what. But I hope he does. What's his name? I just want to say to... scrolling back now. Scrolling back. The Turtle Moves. Newest moderator. Big round of applause to Turtle Moves. Thank you very much, Turtle. Appreciate you being around so much. And I thought, I want to make you blue. Anyone else who isn't blue, who feels perhaps they should be, how do I choose a moderator? It depends, really. I've got my own internal... rules is the wrong word. What's the word? Can't think what the word is. Internally, I have a few things that I need to sort of tick before I make someone a mod. If someone is not a mod, don't read anything into it. Doesn't mean you're bad or I don't like you or anything like that. And in fact, I've already had one mod who no longer wanted to be a mod because it's actually quite a responsibility. I go to channels. I'm mod on many channels, although I don't do much modding. I don't have much time to do much modding, but when I do, I'm always cognizant of the fact it's somebody else's channel, and I'm looking out to help them and not to damage their channel, which as a mod you could potentially do, damage reputation and so on. So it's something I have to be very careful with. And I also actually had a clear out of just a few mods, not because they've done anything wrong, but they're people who I don't see around so much, and so I'm removing, because I want to keep it to a reasonable number of mods. And there we go. Anyway, Turtle Moves, I made a mod tonight, so well done, pal. Just flicking past, I just saw Gary Wybenga there. Let's have a few hellos. I've jumped in part way down. So Cygnus TSP, good evening. Streamlabs, you're always there. Absolutely, always there, Streamlabs, well done. Charlie Welch, Sabre Legal, colon. Brain is Steel, NL, no less. And Now Pinion. Now Pinion, good evening to you. And I hope Little Miss Now is doing fine. I did see, I've not been able to watch the video, I'm afraid, but I did see you've got another video with Little Miss Now in. If it's anything like the last one, people, it's worth checking out, definitely. And we got PJC Net, who is in the chat, being polite, so there's no problem there, making claims that there is definitely some sort of barrier up there, not space, although we haven't yet established exactly what it is. But apparently it's translucent, and as I commented to him, it must also allow meteors to pass through. So do feel free to discuss this with PJC Net. If everyone can keep it nice and friendly, that would be great. Hello, Limey Play. Hello to you. Who else we got? Is Mitchell the one with a skullet? Is a skullet a mullet? Is that another name for a mullet? If so, probably. Actually, he's got a beard mullet, or he did on a photo I saw of him. There we go. Gary Wybenga, I should make him a blue mod. Should I, Gary? Why? Maybe you've not ticked quite all the boxes yet. But don't take that as anything personal, because there's other people in it. I'm picking someone at random. Bob Nadell's Gyroscope, always around. He's not a mod. Okay? So just because you're not a mod, Gary, doesn't mean I don't love you. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Hey, I don't know how it is for you people around the UK. I don't know if the news has got around the world. We have some fuel issues in the UK. There was half a dozen fuel stations that were having a problem with deliveries because one of the suppliers, they didn't have enough drivers. So there's a slight shortage at a few stations. Newspapers got hold of this, said, "Oh my God, fuel panic at the pumps." And everyone went mad. Just by stroke of luck, I had filled up the morning this all broke. I don't do a huge number of miles normally, so I'm all right for quite a while. But queues have been going absolutely mad, blocking roads, emptying fuel stations, people even fighting in fuel stations. Absolutely crazy. And I saw some news today. I don't know if it's true or if it's just a made-up story for one of the rags, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, that a whole number of cars followed a tanker for several miles, and then it pulled up at a construction site. It was delivering mortar. And not only had they wasted time and fuel by following this truck, some of them even got angry with the truck driver, saying that he should have pulled over and told them he wasn't carrying fuel. Unbelievable. It probably is unbelievable. It's probably made up, but there we go. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I did fuel up. I searched high and low for a station, passing about a dozen before I finally found one. I think queued up for an hour and a half. And when I got to the front and I got out my car next to the pump, you know, it was really quite emotional. I was just filling up. But dad joke there. Anyway, isn't that the plot from Mad Max 2? Hey, you saying that, Tusk? I saw a thing about a guy who built a Mad Max, you know, the car, the Interceptor, built a replica, cost him an awful lot of money, and it had some stupid size engine in it from a truck, and it looked great, but he says he didn't drive it too much because he gets about 6 miles to the gallon, which might get him from one petrol station to the next here in the UK. And Jez, the random reviewer, member for 8 months, media blowing things out of context, big surprise. Yeah, the thing is, I genuinely think, and it's nothing to do with left or right politics, but I genuinely think the government, and whichever government it would have happened to have been, genuinely think the government need to do something about the press with regard to this. It was the same thing with the toilet rolls and showing photos of empty supermarket shelves. They caused the panic. I was talking with Mrs. S. If I had driven to a station and, it's closed, they're waiting their delivery, they're out of fuel. Okay, I'll drive 2 miles down the road to the next station, fill up there. There wouldn't have been a problem. But because they said, oh my goodness, you're not going to be able to get fuel, every idiot and their wife went and filled up their car whether they needed to or not. There's even been things about people filling up loads of jerry cans which is not a good idea, but damn dangerous. People filling up water, plastic drinking bottles with fuel. That's idiotic. And the way people are still queuing, I mean, I couldn't use that fuel that quickly. It looks to me as though, oh dear, I'm down at a pip on my fuel gauge. I better top it back up. I'll wait for an hour and a half queued up at a station. I'm sure that's what's happening half the time. Crazy. Yeah, plot for Mad Max. I always wondered about that film. They're racing around using fuel like nobody's business. Their only purpose is to get hold of fuel. Something doesn't quite jive with that. But I did enjoy the film. Although watching the original one, it does look rather dated. It was a delivery problem with BP only, as BP Robson said. Hey, is it your fuel company? But you're right, it was BP. They had a shortage of drivers, so a handful of their stations, I think it was something like 6 out of the total of 2,500 or whatever it is stations in the UK. Actually, it's probably a bit more than that. It was a tiny minority. But... yeah, newspapers got hold of it, told everyone to panic, just like Mr. Jones from Dad's Army. Don't panic, don't they don't like it up 'em. And everyone panicked. Idiots. Now, Gordon S. says, I saw a woman filling up carrier bags with fuel last week. Now, Gordon, I have heard of someone doing this. I don't know if it's true. If so, a couple of things spring to mind. Quite apart from the fact that being damn dangerous, having got your carrier bag or your bin bag or whatever full of fuel, brilliant. How are you going to fill your car up from it? Go figure. Messages are flying past tonight, so I probably missed quite a few. Mr. 42, sorry for his tardiness. He's here now, gentle people. And I see that you haven't got my background with you tonight. That's good, 42. This theft will not go unpunished. And Dr. Osiris is there. Oh, idiots in the US did it. Well, filling plastic with... Yeah, I think there was something about that, but that was some time ago, wasn't it? Yeah. And Watto UK, Evening Lovely Beasts. I misread that at first. I had to look twice to see what it was you'd actually typed. Hand on heart, she got told off by a woman in a garage and it was confiscated. Well, if that's the case, absolutely right. It's idiotic. Yeah, Fred says the picture that was in the press or something was 6 months old from the US. Hello, Earth is Life. Good evening to you. Yeah. It's like the German magazine Bild, making money with panic. Well, certainly that's what the Daily Mail does. The only reason I don't buy a single newspaper. Probably the last time I bought a newspaper was 25 years ago at an airport when I was absolutely bored. But I do have a look online. But some of the web, I mean, they're all riddled with adverts to the extent that they're barely readable here in the UK. So the Daily Mail is one and I don't want to pay to read it. The Daily Mail is one that just seems to be not quite so. I mean, it's got loads of adverts, but not to the extent that you can't read the story. When I say story, I mean story in the broadest sense of the word, like made up crap. But there we go. The Daily Fail, absolutely. Gary Wybenga, chicken. Okay. Have we got Mitch? No, Mitch still hasn't turned up. And Mr. 42 sat in the arena instead of the live waiting room. I don't know what he's playing at, but he's there by himself, probably losing an argument. He's a nice bloke. I'm only teasing. Don't worry. Oh, I see Gary just had a message, or at least I think Gary just had a message deleted. I don't know what it was because it's gone off my screen because things are whizzing a bit tonight. You're all busy people, aren't you? 103 watching already. We've only been going for 5 minutes. 14, actually. Doesn't time fly when I'm having fun? Are you having fun, people? I better give a bit of background. We'll give Mitch a little longer because I want to be fair. If he does... Sorry, I was reading Tusk's comment. What's up with old Mitch, says Mr. Earth is Life. Well, I'll give a bit of background. This story's getting a bit long now. Mitch had done a video with 30 things that supposedly debunk the globe Earth. And I said to myself, Well, allow me to retort. And I did a video smashing all of them. And in that, I can't remember which of his proofs it was, but as part of that, I was talking about sextants, I think, and stars or whatever. So I issued him a challenge. It was a challenge, not a bet. So I was not asking him to put any money on the line. And there was no catches. The reason I offered £100 for this challenge, the reason is, although I don't want to just throw £100 away, £100, if someone, being Mitch, met that challenge, I could pay. It's not like me saying, like DITRH, 3 bitcoins. Oh, damn, suddenly I now owe someone $150,000 or whatever it is. I made an amount that, yeah, I don't want to pay it, but if he did it, I would pay it. And that's absolutely genuine. Absolutely 100% genuine. If he had had an attempt and gets mighty close to the challenge, I would have acknowledged that and may even pay a reasonable portion for the effort. So anyway, he didn't mention it when he addressed my 30 debunks. No mention of it. Then all of a sudden last night, the ultra pleasant Mr. 42 sent me a message saying, "Look at this," or words to that effect. Mitch has done a thing about my £100 challenge. I had a quick look and I thought, right, I need to do a live stream on this and address it. Address it, I do. Because if Mitch has met my challenge, I need to pay him the money. If Mitch has met my challenge, I will pay him the money. Mitch has said in comments on this video that he has met the challenge and that he expects to get paid. He also said that if I don't pay him, then I'm withholding money from him being unemployed, which he has discussed, and his children. Way to go. Lay on the guilt, Mitch. Because when all is said and done, I believe, I could be incorrect, but I believe the reason you're unemployed was you decided that you wouldn't agree to your employer's or ex-employee's condition that you wear a mask or get jabbed or whichever it was. And so you decided not to accept that condition and to no longer work for them, which is, I would say, probably not a wise position if you've got a young family to look after, and I believe he's got 5 children, including one being a baby. I think under terms like, being in a situation like that, you need to be very careful. By all means, you look for another job that suits your new requirements of no mask or whatever. But giving up a perfectly good and paying job in this day and age is probably not the wisest of things. But it's your life and your choice. What cup have I got tonight? Tim Hortons, Barcelona. I seem to have a different mug every time. So Earth is Life. That's what's up with Mitch. Hello, Robert Pine. I've still got more people piling in. This is lovely. Moochkin, Sabre Eagle, Dog Walker. What was it Dog Walker just said? I missed that. It just jumped. I do apologise, Dog Walker. Dog Walker said something. And I see there's a super chat. Let's see, because I was holding on a particular place in the chat, so I don't know what I might have missed. I don't want to miss anything. General E. Shady has super chatted. Thank you, General. $2. 2 upside down dollars, no less. Saying headache tabs for in-rem math. Hi, Mr. S and everyone. Yeah, someone else mentioned that and asked that I talk about it. In-rem. That was special. If you haven't seen it, do make sure you've got... Oh, I can't grab it. Do make sure you've got face palm protection of one sort or another, because it's quite special. He uses maths to prove something interesting about the globe. Little asterisk, allegedly. What's this notification? Sorry I'm late. Set notifications, but it didn't do it. Actually, that's a good point, Effie Peer Review. I don't know how things are going with people we've had it happen a couple of times before in the past where people stop getting notified of things. Apparently, YouTube don't notify everyone who asks to be notified. They notify a portion of them, and I presume they notify the ones who most often would respond to that notification. So if you're in a position that you haven't got notifications, probably the best way to fix it is unsub, resub, and hit notify all. Okay, and that seems to reset them and put you back up the list, and you should get them. It's a bit of a strange thing. I would rather get notified for everything where I've selected it. That's what I'd expect. And if I got fed up watching all of Mitchell's videos, I could deselect it, couldn't I? But YouTube deciding, well, I'm not going to tell Mr. Sensible about Mitch's new video, even though he's asked for that, seems a bit pointless, really. What's the point of, hey, notify me, if you're not going to notify me? Colon says, did I remember to take the tablets after the in-rem video? It was incredibly painful. Well, I nipped off and shot myself. But don't worry, Colon, I was very humane. Very, very humane. I didn't notice any pain at all, really. Bob Nodell's gyroscope. Mr. S, can you ask Gary, why banger, did I offend him at some point because I can't see any of his comments? I don't know how that works. I don't think you could stop seeing his comments if he's commenting. I don't think he can stop you. Maybe someone who knows more about YouTube knows about those things. But actually, I can't see any Gary comments. Gary was here earlier. I don't know if he's just gone. Let's have a quick look. Participants. Gary is still watching the stream. So I don't know. But is that the case, Gary? Has someone gone and upset you? Oh, bless him. Bless him. Bless his cotton socks. Dr. Osiris, I noticed that changing notifications off and then back to all works as well. That sounds better. Never, ever, ever unsub from me. Just unnotify, notify again. Good tip. And PJC Net is still here. Hello to you. Limey Play. Maybe he went for reinforcements. What, do you think he's gone to get multi-tom-tom? They were both in the last stream, I think. And there's Sean Hawkins. Hello, Sean. Actually, that's a good point to mention. This challenge that I issued to Mitch was not based on any challenge that Sean has made. Sean has did make a challenge, but I believe that they're probably quite similar. I wasn't aware of Sean's challenge at the time I made it. So, yeah, credit to Sean. He asked him to do basically the same sort of thing as well. Mr. S, if Gary blocks you, you can only see his comments when you're a mod. Oh, I see. Do you know, I wasn't even aware that as a non-mod, I could block other commenters in the live chat, so I didn't see it. I didn't know that was even a thing. Well, you live and learn, don't you? Don't you? Oh, I was going to say, don't you, Arnold? He's gone. He's been sat here since I first got home, when I set up ready for the stream, and comes along the stream, he clears off. That's not very good. He's not even in the room. I don't know where he went. But that's cats for you, isn't it? I see I've got a DM. Let me have a quick check. Okay, thanks, Conan. I got that DM. And George said, how you guys doing? Been a while since I caught you live, Mr. S. George, I noticed your name. I was just looking at my Discord earlier on, and I saw your name and the list of people on the Discord server, and I thought to myself, I haven't seen George for a while, and bang, you're here. It must be because of God or something, I don't know. And then George said, and it was good. Yes, a madman. It does mean you shouldn't call Gary a clot. So you don't mod your own chat. Could be risky. No, Jezza, I have plenty of people, as you can see, in blue who are mods. It's not to say I don't trust other people, but those are people I trust to mod fairly. Because I'm quite happy to have opposing opinion and to help protect the channel. When you're actually doing this stream, there's no way you can mod your own chat. There just isn't. You have to rely on mods. And some old dude, hello, some old dude, super chatted $10 US, thank you. Mitch ditched because he twitched about a mask mandate's pitch. His income glitched and left us in stitches. Oh, well, it's a work in progress, I guess. I like that, dude. That's brilliant. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Why did you start your FE videos? It says Dante Anise. Are you talking to me, my anti-FE, or are you talking to an FE person? I don't know. Yeah, that was good prose, dude. Otto Pants' wife got a booster shot yesterday already. I'm hoping to get mine. I'm not sure when that comes round. Yeah. Yeah, I saw someone else. A couple of people mentioned fluffy little kittens. Yeah, don't they get everywhere? I started noticing that in comments on videos and things. If someone sees me, there's some mention about fluffy little kittens for some unknown reason, he says, knowingly. Gary FE peer review. Greetings to Arnold. During your live streams, I ignore the side chat unless someone calls me out. The Garys of the world don't register on my radar. They're below the horizon. Well, that's only if there is. Is that below your apparent horizon or your geometric horizon, FE peer review? These are questions you must ask. Many important questions to ask. Thank you, Cygnus TSP Super Chat. $5 US. Some old dude. Nice work on an old classic over the rainbow. Yes, indeedy. I think you should proceed with that work, some old dude, and present it to Mitch as a finished piece, a piece of art, no less. So have we got him as he turned up? No, he hasn't turned up. Oh, let me just have a look at one other thing. He's not in the participants either. Oh dear. Perhaps someone every now and then could just check the participants list, as Mitch isn't watching right now, she doesn't know we're going to do it. Check the participants list just to see if Mitch turns up. That would be nice. Your dogs are so neglected on stream, I even forgot the name, Mr. Sensible. Is it Millie? Yep, there's two. Millie and Nola. Sorry, not Nola, Lola. And whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Thank you, Doran Koo. Turtle moves, fluffy kitten. Some more likes would be nice, says Martin H. Yes, always liked. Adam L also likes fluffy little kittens. Yeah, so I genuinely would like Mitch to be here. Even Flatsoid knows that on here he gets treated fairly. When he was on here and we were talking about that whole missing frame thing, I didn't abuse him verbally, nothing like that. And I hope that Mitchell knows the same, because I've never been nasty to him, you know. Incidentally, a certain Mr. Sleeping Warrior was commenting on Mitch's video, saying that that I will welch on my bet. It wasn't a bet, Anthony. It wasn't a bet. It was an offer of cash in return for a task, a challenge, if you like. But he was saying that I welch on bets and I'm a proven liar. Interesting. Of course, we never heard. I mean, after his big song and dance several years ago, that saying that there has to be an eclipse of the sun every single month and offering £1,000 for anyone who could prove him wrong, he didn't pay up. Although he's now seems to be claiming that he paid up some because the guy who responded to him had a certain amount of a point or something. I don't know, but you'd have thought if he'd have done that, he'd said, look, I don't agree, this guy hasn't proved it, so he's not getting 1,000, but I'm giving him 100 because. He'd have made a big song and dance about that. Blue Feather, thank you, Blue. $2 US super chat. Energizer Bunny arrested, charged with battery. That's terrible. I wonder if Energizer Bunny's going to do as much time as Mr. Kent Hovind. Oh yes, Mr. Hovind of the Kent kind. I did a video last night, excellent video, recommend it, about Matt Powell. And in it, I mentioned at the end that Kent Hovind has been a naughty boy again. So after all his time in the clink for his tax avoidance fiasco, he got charged with domestic violence against his wife or partner or whatever. And he was found guilty and sentenced to 1 year, of which he must serve 1 month, the rest being suspended. And I think it's August the 18th is when he needs to report to prison. Good Christian man, Kent. That's it. What did your wife do? Not obey you properly? Didn't she get the crease right in your shirt, so you beat her? What was it, Kent? I don't know. But he was found guilty. So it's not a case of, what's the word? Not slandering him by saying he has assaulted his wife. He was found guilty of assaulting his wife. Yeah. That was a damn fine cup of coffee. Where was that from? Quote of the day. I want to have a double check while you guys think about that. I'm sure someone will get it. You guys always get these quotes. Yeah, because I never ever want to miss a super chat, but it's happened from time to time, and I genuinely feel really guilty when it happens, and I always offer my deepest apologies. Hovin clearly believes in slavery. Well, that's biblical. His wife was an atheist, so he whacked her. What, with his SpongeBob? I don't know. Twin Peaks, a madman. Well done. You got it. Twin Peaks. What's Twin Peaks? Twin Peaks? Blazing Saddles. Tusk, you're wrong. Take away that blue at once. How could you get that wrong? Yeah, it's Twin Peaks. Damn fine cup of coffee. That was a weird TV series. I can't even remember it. I watched it at the time, but I can't remember it. Ewan Closer says this is serious shot. What serious shot? What's serious? It's serious that Kent Hovin did what he did, because he did do it. Oh, Crafty Keeler uploaded the audio of Kent committing that crime, and it's very disturbing. Didn't know about that, Jezza. Didn't know about that. Lovely people. Lovely, lovely people. There is absolutely nothing to stop a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or whatever being a fine, upstanding, pleasant, nice, honest person. Of course not. But there's nothing to stop them being a total git either. And a criminal one at that. Apparently. Lady beaters must be stopped. Absolutely, Adam. Yeah, too right. I mean, how would I put it? Nobody has the right to lay hands on anybody else. So that's male on female, female on male, male, female, no one. But even more so when it's a guy who's got physical advantage of size and strength. It's absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. Especially coming from someone who, by virtue of claiming the Christian position and that morality comes from the Bible, it's especially galling, isn't it, Kent? Although I suppose you can always claim that, well, we're all perfect, we all fall short. Yeah, that's true, Kent, we all fall short, but I haven't beaten my wife. I haven't ripped off the government with regards to my taxes. Oh no, I do my accounts. I mean, I've got my daytime job and I got this. This goes through books. I have paid taxes. They're not much, but I have paid them. Since Kent is going to jail and not a federal prison, he'll get a new number. Yeah, I do understand. Is it a county jail or something? And I don't know what their system's like. Yeah, self-defence. PJCnet, I'm not sure what country you're from. In the UK, you're allowed to use reasonable force in self-defence. So if you started attacking me, my defence could be I gave you a good punch so I could get away. If I potentially, if I felt my life was threatened and I had a knife here, I could use it in self-defence because it happened to be there, heat of the moment. What I couldn't do is then chase you down the road trying to stab you. that would not be self-defence. So it's a very tricky situation. I know that different countries and even different areas of countries have different rules, because in the US they've got that stand your ground thing, haven't they? In some states where you don't even have to try and back off. You could just stand your ground and defend yourself using lethal force. That's not something you could do in the UK. You'd have to try and get away. And if you couldn't get away, you can use the minimum force to enable you to escape, which may entail killing someone. That could potentially be the case. But if giving them a shove and shutting the door is enough, then that's what you should do. Yeah. IB Hunter had a buddy who had a T-shirt that said, oh, do you know what? That's annoying when it happens. It's just jumped up. Oh, what was it, IB Buddy? I did read it. Oh, IB Hunter. My buddy had a great T-shirt. You can't beat a woman who shoots. Yeah. So potentially, I presume in the States, she could have, if she had a gun to hand, shot him dead. Mr. Sensible, you would never beat your wife. She always wins at Scrabble. Well, that's true. That's true. Saber Eagle says, I might want to watch Crafty Keeler's vid before I talk about it more, because it's probably a lot worse than I think. It may well be. To be honest, I don't give a monkeys about that guy. The fact that he has been found guilty, even if it was at the very lowest level of, I'm not sure how sort of domestic violence is in the States, but at the very lowest level, basically it's unbecoming behaviour of someone who's, I guess, to all intents and purposes, a pastor, someone who's teaching the Bible, because he certainly does that. Yeah, that bodes well to people, doesn't it? Generally Shady super chatted $2 Australian. You just have to hide the bod. Be good. Well, that's right. That's right. I swear I'd never have done it if I thought you'd have found out. I'd never have done it, if I'd have thought you'd have found out, Marge. Anyway, what's the time? Gosh, we've been going for 37 minutes and he hasn't shown up. So, without further ado, we should do it. So let me just get set up here. I'll try and rearrange things so I can still see the chat, but I might just miss some stuff out. So before I do, I want to double check, make sure I haven't missed any. General Shady, Blue Feather, yeah, I've read those, thank you. So any super chats I'll read afterwards, but I try and watch the chats generally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disappear, and well, you won't see me disappear yet. Disappear to down here, little me, and then I'm going to, if I've got this right, which one is it? Oh no, let me make sure, because I don't want to put the wrong one up first, that's all. Yeah, that's the right one. This is Mitch's live stream. This is right at the beginning. The reason I'm going to play the very beginning is I noticed something. It's not showing my cursor. You can see the sun and the sunlight reflected off the sea. If you have a look at the beach, the actual sand below that, watch what happens to it. Hopefully it will show up on your screen. You can certainly see it on the original. Watch what happens to that beach. I'm going to just play the first 20 seconds.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Flat Earth School, the school that is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I'm Mitchell from Australia, just a student like the rest of us here on this beautiful Flat Earth stool.
Well, I don't know if you could see, but on mine, you can see the cursor. The beach around this area is all distorting. I think it's CGI. I don't think it's a real beach. I think Mitch is fake. This is it. Mitch is fake. It's like those ISS glitches where the guy's moving out the back and suddenly he goes translucent, or they turn into a whirlpool or whatever. It wasn't a shake of the camera. The rest of the picture was still, but the sand was moving. Really weird. There we go. Mitch is CGI. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump straight to the point where, if I can, is it going to let me? Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Where he plays. He's going to play my a challenge. Okay, he actually plays a bit and stops to check the sound, but I'll let him just play it and make his initial comments, and then we'll see if he attempted my challenge. So, Mr. Mitchell from Australia, I'm just going to turn this up a bit. Mr. Mitchell from Australia, is that right volume on that? I'm going to turn it up for the audio on that. Okay, go ahead, Mitch, make my day.
Okay, so this is Mr. Sensible's challenge to me.
You, mate, that's a linear relationship. Yeah? If you were on a globe with spherical geometry, you'd be traversing a curve.
Yes, you'd be traversing a curve, Mitch.
And anything you see in the sky won't be moving linearly upward.
Can we hear the audio in that now?
Yes, Mitch, we can hear the audio.
Okay, Flatsoid says it works. Is the sound coming through too? Because it's the sound that we really want. Flatsoid, was the sound coming through when I was playing the video? Yes? Cool. All right, let's jump into it. All right, this is Mr. Sensible's challenge to me. After I did a little debunk of his 31 globe proofs, as he put it.
Down, it will be moving as a squared relationship, because remember we've got 8 inches per mile squared that we're moving across.
You do realise, Mitch, that the light from Polaris, the rays from Polaris are coming in parallel, don't you, Mitch? You do realise that?
Yeah? You forgot to account for that, didn't you?
No, Mitch.
In your Earth curve maths. It has to be a squared relationship. We see, Polaris. Every 1 degree difference we measure is 69 miles. That's a linear measurement.
Right, so that's a claim, Mitch. You're saying on a flat Earth, you move 69 miles away from the pole, or for each 69 miles, that Polaris will drop in the sky. It will be 1 degree lower for every 69 miles. Right, that is a claim, Mitch. And I'll just pause it there. That's a very definite claim. Every 1 degree that Polaris drops in the sky, you have moved approximately 69 miles, 60 nautical miles. I'll carry on. I'm going to give you a challenge where you can earn some money, Mitch. My challenge is this, and this is what Sean Hawkins, if you're still in here, I realised afterwards you've basically given the same sort of challenge. Mitch.
Okay, take note, guys. This is where it gets, this is the important bit. This is the challenge, okay?
Right, now Mitch has said to take note. Let's hope he has taken note of what the challenge is.
Okay. All that before that was just a bit of dribble, just leading up to the challenge. So yeah, we do see for every 1 degree difference, we can measure 69 miles moved. Yeah, over our flat plane. It only works on a flat plane. So this is the challenge to me. Mr. Sensible put it.
Nice simple challenge. Draw a flat line for your flat Earth. Draw a star, any height above that flat line that you want, and then drop lines from that star to the Earth, so that when you're directly underneath it, you're looking up at 90 degrees. Move on so that you're 10 degrees. So rather than 1 degree, 69 miles, 10 degrees, 690. Call the different distance between them X. Move on with another 10 degrees from the star, and another, all the way to 0 degrees. Okay? In fact, I'm pausing myself there. Although I challenge him to go all the way to 0, he doesn't need to go all the way to 0. If he went most of the way along, that would be enough. The different distances between each of those points where the light hits the Earth, on a flat Earth, what you're claiming will be the same. It won't. It absolutely will not. That is simple geometry, Mitch. Every degree, or every 10 degrees from that star is making a greater and greater distance on the Earth. So that is simple. All you've got to do, Mitch, is you can either use something like AutoCAD or something like that, a graphics package that will show the angles. You can quite validly do it on a piece of paper, draw it out with a protractor. So I want to see lines at 90, 80, 70, 60 degrees from the ground, so it's dropping a star to those angles, and show me that the distances between each of those points where it hits the ground is identical. And I'm just going to make absolutely clear. I know you guys will understand it, but I'm making it absolutely clear for the record. If this is Polaris, down here directly below it is the North Pole, 90 degrees. So if every 1 degree Polaris drops in the sky, you've moved 69 miles, then obviously 10 degrees, because we can't draw in all the single degrees, every 10 degrees is 690. So 10 degrees away, 690 miles away, Polaris will appear 9 degrees off of vertical. 20 at 2 lots of that distance, it appears 20 degrees off of vertical, and so on. But because it's this linear relationship he talks about, the distance, each one, will be another 690 miles. I know that's damn obvious. We all get it. The question is, does he? And I will PayPal you £100. No catch. You don't have to come on stream. This isn't a bet. If you can't do it, or you do it but you fail, you're not losing anything. It's a simple challenge for £100, Mitch. And I know at the end of your stream you said you're unemployed and you're earning money from this. So I'd like to help. You said that it's a linear relationship. Well, there's your line. Draw it, and I will send you £100 straight away. No questions asked. And I will admit on my channel a short one-off video to say Mitch met this challenge. He's correct. And I think that's very clear, very simple, if you can do it. I'm not asking to jump through endless hoops. I'm not asking him to spend any money. As I said, he could do it with a protractor, a pencil, and a piece of paper. He's got to draw a diagram which shows the situation he described, i.e. a flat Earth and the relationship moving on 1 or 10 degrees, getting to start more and more off of vertical. The distances for each equal step will be the same distance. That's all he's got to do. And £100 will be PayPal to him. And as I said, there is no catch or anything like that. I've just seen Sean Hawkins said you're unsubscribing. I don't know why, Sean. That's very sad. You've asked a few questions and he just ignores me. I don't know who you're talking about. Don't know who you're talking about, Sean. If you're still watching. If it's me, it's because I'm busy with this. Maybe it's someone else. Who knows? Anyway, I think that's just about it. I think I might have a few more seconds. I'll just let it run for a little bit. No, that was it. So the question is, does Mitch attempt my challenge? The answer is yes, he does. So from the start, before we look at his challenge, I'm going to give Mitch credit. I'm going to give Mitch credit for actually having a crack at the challenge. Okay? He didn't just ignore it. He has had a crack at it. So I'm going to move on to the point roughly where he does it. Now, for some reason, the quality of the video is not that great. It sort of comes and goes. I've actually downloaded it, but it's downloaded like that as well. It could have been his initial stream because I think he was doing it from a phone or something. So I guess that the bit rate dropped every now and then. So quality goes down a bit every now and then, but we shall see. He's going to explain what he's going to do, and I might stop it at various points to make some comments. I might let it run for a while. Let's give it a crack.
That was the... Everybody heard Mr. Sensible's challenge, I hope? I don't have to play it again?
No, we all know it. Come on, Mitch.
Got the challenge set. All I have to do is mark out those lines. Got a nice flat line. That's the ruler. And we've got demarcation points. Yep, Flatzoid said you all heard it. Yep, we don't need to hear it again, do we, Flatzoid? All right, so we've got the ruler. They are demarcation points. So, and I've got a protractor, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is give you a 90 degrees. Something that is only possible on a flat surface, yeah?
Okay, first of all, so I'm pausing it there. Okay, so he's got his straight flat earth. I don't know if you can... Yes, straight flat earth across the bottom. Good idea to use a ruler, because then, yeah, we're going to see and be able to measure the distances between those lines nice and easily. So that's a good start. And with his protractor at 0, he's drawn a vertical at 90 degrees. his claim saying you can only get 90 degrees off the surface of a flat line, hey, it's irrelevant to this, Mitch. You can argue the toss about that another day. Here's your flat Earth. Here's your 90 degrees pointing towards Polaris. Good start.
Got two angles there. Oh, sorry, two straight lines making one angle of 90 degrees. Only possible with two straight lines perpendicular to each other. I don't think I have to explain that too much, do I? I may have to a bit later, but let's continue. So, the first angle I'm going to put at 1 centimetre, 80 degrees with a protractor. Yep, 80 degrees to that horizontal.
Okay. Now, you haven't actually... I appreciate you can't see the line, but uses different colours for the later lines, so it will show up better. So here at 1 centimetre from the North Pole, so that's 690 miles, he's drawn a line at 80 degrees, which means his Polaris is just there. Shame he didn't mark it, but it's just there. Okay, carry on, Mitch.
Horizontal being the GP to the star.
Now, that's quite important. You don't have a GP to a star. If your star is here and your Earth is here, the GP, the ground position, is the point where the star is 90 degrees above. So it's that corner there. That's the GP, Mitch, not this line. But carry on.
2 centimetres away, 70 degrees with the protractor. 3 centimetres away, 60 degrees with a protractor to the GP of the star. 4 centimetres away, 50 degrees.
Oh, I'll take it back just a second. Just let him say that. Do that again.
4 centimetres away.
Right. No, he hasn't done the fourth one. There we go, 4. Now, we seem to have a bit of a problem, don't we? You can see it because the first colour doesn't show up very well, but you can see you've got various positions along this line. I don't get that, Mitch. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, ignoring the 90 to start with, 1, 2, 3, 4 added lines at 80, 70, 60 and 50 degrees from the flat Earth. Okay, but they're not pointing to the star, Mitch. We with the initial 90 degree line, you can't tell where the star is. With the 80, you gave us a start position, which was about there. And then each one, for some unknown reason, seems to be a bit lower. Carry on, Mitch.
50 degrees. There's a protractor to the GP of the star. 5 centimetres, 40 degrees to the GP to the star. Yep. Pretty easy.
And you have made our point, Mitch. It doesn't work on a flat Earth. Each of those lines, if you had an observer stood on that ground there using a theodolite, looking at Polaris, they would read off 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80 degrees from off horizontal, you know what I'm saying? But they'll all be pointing at the star. If those people were all taking that reading at the same time, they would all be shooting the same star at the same location. Why are these lines all pointing at different places, Mitch? Why? And you saying they're pointing to the GP position of the star. No, the GP position of the star is that corner, that point on the ground. That vertical is just the line from the position to the star. So that person at 40 degrees, what are they looking at? If the star's up there, what are they looking at there, Mitch? They're not sighting out on anything. So they're taking 40 degrees off of vertical and looking at what? It doesn't make sense, Mitch. But it works on a globe Earth. But I'll let you continue.
Simple. Challenge done, Mr. Sensible.
That's it. That's it. You've got any more explanation? I've pointed out that it's the line. It's to the line between the GP and the star, not to the star. They're pointing in different locations. You need to actually see the star in through the theodolite to take a reading. So yeah, that guy stood at 5 centimetres, 5 times 690 miles, is not even looking at Polaris in your example. So those are the notes I made, but you do go on to say a little more, don't you, Mitch?
Done. There we go. That red line, the vertical red line, that is the GP to a star.
You don't have a GP to a star. You have the star, and you have the point on the Earth that star is at 90 degrees above. And the more accurate you are, basically it's 1 point. If I'm stood literally on the North Pole, Polaris, I know it's not exactly there, but to all intents and purposes is 90 degrees above me, straight above my head. And if you're stood over there and you want to get a reading to find out how far you are from me, you look at that star and see how far off a vertical. And if you're a mile away, that will be 1 degree off a vertical you'll be looking. You're not looking at some point between me head and the star. That's just gibberish, Mitch.
As you can see, it is perpendicular to the ground. All of these angles, you have to start with a baseline of a absolute flat line.
Well, you have started with a baseline of an absolute flat line. And where has it got you? It's got you to the point that you have no idea where you are. If you're at that 40 degrees, you're not looking at the star, therefore your theodolite is telling you nothing. Otherwise, you could pick any random point between the star and the ground, looking in that direction, say there, and say, oh, right, well, at 5 centimetres, the angle is this. How's that going to work, Mitch? It doesn't. That is why a theodolite doesn't work on a flat Earth, as we keep telling you. It actually gets worse. It gets worse. I don't have to let him talk. Yeah, I'm going to let him talk a little bit more.
90 degrees. Yeah? And as you move away, let's call each one of those 1 centimetres. We'll just call it 69 miles, will we?
690, yeah.
Sorry, no. So every 1 millimetre will be 69 miles. Every 1 centimetre will be 690 miles.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. You can see that they are all equal lengths, and the angle...
Equal distances between, get your point, yes.
...to the GP is shown there.
Hold on. Pause. I've just been told that he is here. Mitchell from Australia is here. Okay, that's great. In which case, I'll stop his video because you've seen the challenge and I haven't commented about it. But Mitchell is here. Brilliant. I'll just give you a few seconds, Mitch, so you know I'm going to bring you on the live stream. So thank you very much for coming. Yeah, let's bring Mitch in. Make sure my audio's set up. Okay, let's bring Mitch in now. Hello, Mitch. Mitchell from Australia. Live in the UK. Can you hear me? Oh, hold on, I haven't got... Hello, can you hear me, Mitch? Can you hear me? Oh, what happened? Let me try again. Hello, Mitch. Hello, he may be having some sound problems. Is he having some sound problems, Colin? I'll pop him back. Colin, can you let me know when it's all working okay? Mitch has arrived, but he possibly having some sound problems. That's fine. So you have seen his response to my challenge. As I said, I've given him credit for actually responding to my challenge. I'll leave the diagram up there because it's actually that I think he doesn't do any more lines. That's about the best shot of it. Oh, let me ask. Colon. Is he good to go? Let me know. That's good. I'm glad he's come.
Again.
Hello, C. Is he ready to come on?
Yeah, give it a go, sir.
Okay, thank you, Colon. Right, attempt number 2. Hello, Mitchell. Oh, hello, Mitchell. Have we got you now?
Why do I keep getting booted?
No, not getting booted. I'm moving you from the live waiting room to the live. I just moved you into the live waiting room. Sorry, I moved you into the live stream. You're on live now, but the sound wasn't working at first. Are you okay now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good. How are you first? Let's do the niceties. Are you all right?
What's going on, Mr. Sensible? It's been 24 hours. I've addressed your challenge. Where's my money?
Right. Okay. First of all, thank you for coming. And secondly, as I said just a minute ago on the stream, thank you for having a crack at the challenge. I do actually acknowledge that, and that's good.
What do you mean by having a crack? I've completed the challenge. Where's my money? No questions asked, you said.
No, right. Listen. I set it at £100, so it wasn't a stupid amount like 3 bitcoins that if you meet the challenge, I would not be able to afford, okay? Because it is an honest challenge. There was no strings attached. You didn't have to appear on this stream, as I've made clear. That's not a requirement. You just had to draw the diagram, okay? And I just showed 2 clips from your video, in case you didn't see it on my stream. I showed you...
Was the diagram not drawn? Was that diagram to meet the challenge not drawn?
You have drawn a diagram, yes. Let's talk about it, and I'll explain what I'm going to or not going to do. Okay.
So you're wiggling.
No. Come on, let me.
You're reneging.
Hold on. You don't know if I'm about to PayPal you £100 or not, do you?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, and you'll find out in just about 30 seconds if you let me finish.
We can continue the conversation if you can just say, yes, I've met the challenge and you will pay me, and we can continue the conversation.
And if I say no, what will happen? Are you just going to disappear instantly? I'm not expecting you to stay here hours anyway, but are you saying if I say yes, you'll stay and talk? If I say no, you'll just go? Is that what you're saying?
What's the point of me staying when you're going to renege on a deal?
Because we're going to
be a proven liar.
Because what I'm... Hold on. Whoa. Them's fighting words, Mitch.
They are fighting words when it comes to money. When I have a needy family where you have offered money, where I haven't met a challenge, and you are reneging on the challenge.
I have reneged on nothing. I am honest. I will pay if you have met the challenge. You've literally come on. Hold on. Well, hold on.
It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, but you haven't even let me introduce it. So.
Have I met the challenge?
I played 2 clips of your video, Mitch, right? I played the bit where you showed me making a challenge, and I have literally just played... You can see on the screen behind me, I've literally just played the bit where you produced a diagram with those lines on, yes? That's what I've just played. All you need to do
is say, I've met the challenge, and we can continue the conversation.
Okay. Do you want a one-word answer, or do you want an explanation?
I would like, yes, I'm getting paid. And then we can continue the conversation.
Right, well, the one-word answer is no. I'm afraid you haven't met the challenge. Would you like to know why?
So you're reneging, so you're squirming out of the challenge.
No squirming.
There's big squirming. You're stuttering, you're stammering, you're all over the shop, you want to do
Well, I'll be honest, Mitch, I'm surprised that you've come full on like you have, because the first thing I did...
You're surprised...
I'm surprised because I welcomed you to the channel. I welcomed you to the channel politely, and I have every intention of paying if you have met the challenge. However, I am saying you have not met the challenge.
How have I not met the challenge?
Right. You have you've drawn your flat baseline. Cool. You've drawn a vertical at 0, which is our pole, assuming we're talking about Polaris. You didn't draw the star, but that's not the be all and end all. You then drew line 80 degrees, 70, 60, 50, 40. I've already acknowledged earlier on in the stream that you haven't gone all the way to 0, but that's not necessary anyway, so I'm not so worried about that. The number of lines you've done, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, I'm happy with, because it's already proved my point. It doesn't work on a flat Earth, because those lines are not all pointing to the same point, to wherever the star is. So
not only do you say I've not met the challenge, the diagram that I've drawn is not good enough.
No, if it was good enough, I would pay you.
What do you need to see to pay me? Why are you wiggling out of the challenge?
Wiggling out of nothing, sir. Because each of those, if you were an observer, stood at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and is it 6 centimetres, whichever those points are, each of those with a theodolite would be looking at Polaris and getting those
Yeah,
readings.
with a theodolite. What do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do when you look through a theodolite? You don't see the side of your own head, mate. Don't talk about the observer. This is Muppet vision. This is an orthographic representation.
It's
you do not see
okay.
the side of your own
I'll
head
tell you what.
with a theodolite.
It's diagrammatic form, yes. How would you suggest you drew a person at, let's say, 5 centimetres with that 40 degree? How do you think you would draw it showing a 40 degree off a vertical if you're not looking at it from sideways?
You look through the sextant, you see the altitude through the sextant, so it will be an altitude from your observer point up to where you are seeing that 40 degrees above the horizon. That's how you use a theodolite, that's how you use a sextant. You do not see it through Muppet vision.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
your challenge was not anything to do with looking through a sextant or a theodolite. You said draw a diagram with, what was it, 80, 70, 60,
and so on,
50, 40.
At
yeah, and
equal
that's what I've
points.
done.
Equal
Why are you
point,
not paying me the money?
At equal points, because in that challenge I said drawing lines from a star. Now, I've let you off actually drawing the star. I've assumed your first line at 1 centimetre, the blue one, which is hard to see. The person at blue is looking at the star, 10 degrees off a vertical. The second person at 2 centimetres, you could barely notice any difference. The third person at 60, it's looking worse. 50 and 40 degrees, you can see it's nowhere near the point.
What do you want to see in the diagram to meet your challenge?
Okay.
Why are you wiggling out of
I'm
what
not,
I have drawn?
don't keep saying that because I'm wiggled out of nothing. Hold on, I'm just trying to see if I can find your video again. I seem to have closed it.
What do you need to see?
Oh no, hold on, I'm
That's
looking
what
at the
I'm
video.
saying.
Right. Let me. Basically, that.
Is there any intention? Is there any intention in paying any money? I would say if you were an honest person, you would pay the money, and if I needed to fix it, I would fix it.
Okay, right. Well, here's the example diagram. So those are not actual angles; those are just hand drawn lines. Okay. So you've got your 90 and your flat Earth, which you did. You choose a point, whatever that is, where your star is. All the lines to 80, 70, 60, 50, 40 should all point directly to that star. If you could do that, you have met the challenge. Okay? And I would pay you.
Do you not understand perspective? Does
What-
that not account for anything on your globe Earth?
Not with
When
stars.
you are looking
Not with
at a
stars.
star-
Not
when
with
you're looking at a
stars.
star,
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're looking at a star and you're moving away from it, does it not drop to your perspective?
It
Does it not
drops.
drop? Does it stay in the same position?
It drops, but not because of perspective. It drops because you're looking at it at a different angle because you're going around a curve. Because the distance
What are
of
you
the
talking about? That would be a squared relationship. We're talking about a linear relationship here. That's what is shown in the diagram. It is a linear relationship on a flat surface. You need to tell me when are you going to pay me?
Look at
Why
that.
are you not paying?
Can you see? Has it come up? Oh, hold on. Can you see that? I ran the figures, and for 90 degrees
Okay,
you can't.
I've got children that I need to be looking after, Mr. Sensible. I've come here to get my money. You need to pay me my money, and if I need to fix it up, I will come and fix it up. But unless you pay me my money, we can't go on with this conversation. I've met the challenge.
No,
I've
you
done
haven't,
what you asked
Mitch.
me. I've come.
You did have a
So
crack.
you're reneging. You're
No.
reneging on our deal.
No.
Yes, you are reneging on our deal. I've
No.
got no more time for you. If you're going to be a liar, a cheat.
Whoa.
Why are you not?
Well, okay. Look, Mitch, you played my challenge in your video. I say dropping lines to a star, to a point. Okay? Your diagram does not do that. So if you can put a star at some height above the 90 degrees, whatever I said, any height you want, then draw lines 80, 70, 60 and so on.
Stars do not have heights. That's what you're not getting. There is no heights to stars. There is only altitude. It is an apparent altitude. Is
Altitude, height, distance, whatever. The point is, I'm saying if you're at 80, you're looking at the star.
Apparent.
They all people
It is apparent.
people on a globe Earth at these various points would be looking
You're going
directly
to need half of that, Mr. Sensible.
directly
You're
at
going
the
to need half
star.
of that if you're going to claim.
Because
We-
if
looking at reality, you're going to need half of that if you're going to claim
You still have the
Earth.
table.
And at best, all you've done is debunk the radius of the Earth.
Oh,
Pay me my
Mitchell,
Pay me my
Mr.
money.
Cherry Pick. Don't forget, I asked you about 2 stellar points of rotation in the night
Mr.
sky, and you
Cheat,
said
Mr.
you don't.
Crook. What would you like me to call you? Mr. Cheat, Mr. Crook, Mr. Renege, pay my money.
You can
Then
call me
Mr.
anything you
Mitchell.
like, but don't call me late for dinner. Mitch,
You're late for dinner, mate.
funny boy. Oh, he's run away. Oh, Mitch, you've gone and let us down. You've really gone and let us down. Now, that chart, I don't know if you can see it clearly, using his diagram. So let's just go back to where his was. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. At the various positions at 80 degrees, because we know the distance from the pole is 690 miles, I spoke to Mr. Anthony Riley and he suggested using a triangle calculator because they're very difficult things to work out. So at 690 miles, 80 degrees, Polaris would be at a height of 3,913 miles. At 70, it would be... oh, sorry, I realise you're not seeing the diagram. But at 70, Polaris would be 3,791 miles. At 60, 3,585. 50, 3,289. 40, 2,894. I see a problem here. At 30 degrees, 2,390 miles. 20 degrees, 1,758 miles. 10 degrees, Polaris would only be 973 miles above the Earth. His diagram is showing that. It doesn't work. And I'm actually, to be honest, I don't really... Sorry, I'm just trying to switch that off. I don't really get Mitch. I debated him one time, and I've never been rude or nasty. Okay, we tease things, but that goes with the territory. Bunk and debunk, and there's teasing and stuff like that. But boy, did he come on aggressive. The first thing I did was politely try and welcome him to the channel, and I was trying to ask him how he was and how his family was. Wow, that was interesting. Brave Sir Mitch. He bravely ran away, still shouting lies. Well, that was interesting. Unbelievable. And he's called me every sort of dishonest under the sun. I challenge anyone to find a single lie I have made in any one of my, 369 videos, something like that, and goodness knows how many live streams. It is possible, of course, I may have made a mistake, but a lie is an intentional falsehood. So they would have to prove it was wrong and prove it was deliberate. And I defy anyone to do that. But did I give him his money? Well, what can I say? I am a 100% honest person. And if he had done a diagram roughly along the lines of what my example was, i.e., I said in the... Actually, let's have another listen to it. I'm just going to take it back to... where was it? My challenge was... I'll try and get roughly to it. See what I said about he would have to do... right, let me just switch it back on. Oh, it's still on. Okay. What did I say?
Challenge, okay? All that before that was just a bit of dribble, just leading up to the challenge. So, yeah, we do see for every 1 degree difference, we can measure 69 miles moved. Yeah, over our flat plane. It only works on a flat
All right,
plane.
Mitch.
So
Come on, let's listen to me.
Mr. Sensible put it.
Nice simple challenge. Draw a flat line. He did that. Earth. Draw a star. Any height above that flat line that you want. So he drew a flat Earth. He drew a 90. He did not draw a star. I'm not worried about being a star. It could have been a little point or something. He did not do that. The whole point is you have one fixed point, because at any point along that flat Earth, according to his whole theodolite sextant thing, is that for each degree that appears off of vertical, you've travelled 69 miles. Each 10, 690. You didn't do that, Mitch. I have not lied. If you had drawn a star, drawn the lines, and as I said, I'd be quite happy with 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. That would have been enough. If all of those, with the angles, pointed to the star, you would now have £100. I would happily have sent it to you. Absolutely. I would happily have sent you that money. I would happily have said, wow, you surprised me. I didn't think you could do it, but you've done it. Only you haven't, Mitch. The reason, I'll tell you one thing, Mitch, if you're still listening or listening later, I am not a gambler. I have never gambled in my life. I think I bought a lottery ticket once, okay, when the lottery first started in the UK. I do not gamble. I would not put any money at risk that I could not afford to pay out if a challenge or whatever was met. Okay, there was no bet. I wasn't asking for anything in return. So there was £100 available. Hell, I could write it off against tax as a business expense for Mr. Sensible, so it wouldn't even cost me 100. Okay, and you would have that money. I don't know why you came in so aggressive, because we hadn't even talked about it. And there were no strings attached, so you did not have to come on here and argue. But since I was denying you that you had met the challenge, I wanted to explain why. The thing is, Mitch, you know damn well why, don't you? You certainly do. Wow, Mr. Mitch. Let's have a quick look, see if we've got any super chats, because that suddenly that went a bit. What's the word? What is it that Fight keeps having? Dumpster fire, just like that. Wow, I'm surprised at you, Mitch. Couldn't have just a decent okay, you were not effing and blinding or anything like that. So I'll credit you with that. But when you just came on, I just tried to say, hello, Mitch, hope you're doing well. How's your family? And then I was just saying, I played from your video the challenge. I played from your video your attempt, but you were going off on one. I could barely get a word in edgeways. Mr. Oh right, here we go. Oh right. Oh wow, there's been a few. General E Shady super chatted $2. Thank you, General. Oh, actually, I'll just enlarge it so I can see it all. General, here comes the crap. Mitch is a lying muppet. Muppet is a word he does like. Some old dude super chatted $5 US. Pity shaming. What a dwerp. Dwerp? Drep? Dwerp? Twit? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the business about the money in his family. Hey, he's in the position he's in. I'm not criticising. You know, we could all find ourselves in a situation that's suboptimal. And to be honest, that's all the more reason, had he met the challenge, or to be honest, if he'd made a damn good attempt and nearly did or whatever, or if I had made a mistake and there was a loophole he had met, I'd have had to say, hey, that's not what I meant, but you did do what I actually said, so then I would pay. But you haven't, Mitch. It would have helped if you'd actually drawn a damn star, but then we know why you didn't, Mitch, because it would be obvious, painfully obvious, that observers at those other points wouldn't be looking at the star. Mr. E-Man, thank you. New name, welcome, and thank you for the super chat. $5 Australian. Next challenge for Mitch. Show the observations of Morning Point in Australia. Google image search. A fake. Wow, he is one of our southern flirty folk. Maybe he'll be able to have a crack at that one, E. And Limey Play. Thank you, Limey. £2. Most liars get aggressive when they get caught. Well, that is actually true. Try and turn the tables. But, he could have got away with that by just not coming on. I know exactly what's going to happen, because I saw in the comments on his video there was mention, he's going, Sleepy had said he's going to welch, and they said that I what's the word, would renege on it, but I've never reneged on anything, because quite apart from anything else, I've hardly made. I mean, the challenge about, because he used that quote, that cherry pick quote, at best you've debunked the radius of the earth. and I issued a challenge at the time, and I can't remember how much that was. That was probably £100. I opened it to Mitch, I think, for a week, and then to anybody after that, saying if you could. I showed the whole clip of the statement, my statement, and I said, if you can show that I said what Mitch was claiming, you'll get £100. I think 3 people had a go at it, but they didn't manage to do it, quite frankly, because my whole statement was, words as best I can remember, was at best, Mitch, if everything you said was correct, at best, then you would have debunked the radius of the Earth, not that it's not a sphere, not that it's not a globe. So they took from that I said, at best, you've debunked the radius of the Earth. A cherry-picking misquote. So I put my money where my mouth was, because I knew it was safe, because there was the full quote, and not one of them managed to do it. In this case, all Mitch had to do, since he's claiming that what do you call them? Sextants work and only work on a flat Earth. He should be able to draw it as a diagram. He can't, but we can draw a diagram of how it works on a globe, because stars are so far away, their light comes in parallel. So as you go round the curve, you're still looking there. So the angle to the star changes as opposed to the horizon and your vertical. It's simple. Hey, 60 nautical miles. The 60 nautical miles equals 1 degree of a circle. So I think that sextants rely on a circle, a sphere. Actually, he's got me cross now. Yeah. I mean, it's particularly stupid, and there was no reason for it. We could have had a nice chat, and he could have argued his case, and we could have talked about it. You know. Brian Pop Robson, £4.49. Mr. Sensible, do Mitch's diagram with those points, but using a curve, and show him why he's wrong. Good point, Brian. I think I will do that. Yeah. What a maroon. Yeah. I think we've finished with this video now, and we don't need that Word document. But yeah, the reason it doesn't work is every one of those observers, each of those positions, looking at the star at a different height. It's not due to perspective, Mitch. The perspective of a star is not going to change over a couple thousand miles when the star is anywhere. Well, I believe off the top of my head, Polaris is at 900 light years away, something like that. So moving even from one side of the flat Earth to the other, say 26,000 miles or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, ain't going to budge that star a bit. And something else, since the light's coming in parallel, it would always appear in exactly the same position. If it was Polaris, it would always appear exactly above you. Yeah. Oh, I've got a DM. Thanks, Colon. Let's have a quick look. We have... that's a nice message. I'll tell you what, Colon, those people, I'll get them in a second. Colon actually said it will help chill out. Yeah, I could do with some chill out. Let's have a quick look, because I see a couple of super chats have just come in, and then I'll bring those guys in. So get yourself ready, because you'll be in and live in a second. Oh, wow. Mr. John Watson. Again, I have to maximise it. Mr. John Watson, 5 shiny sterling pounds. Thank you. I just joined. I'm guessing Mitch has won for all. Oh, John. Mitch was not a happy bunny. He was not a happy bunny. It's worth a watch. I might release it just as a video. Talk about coming in all guns blazing. And a Snark, super chat €2. Thank you, Snark. Mitch got his arse handed to him. Thanks, Wally. Definitely. Yeah, Wally has been handing him his R's as well. And Sofa King Sleepy. Thank you, Sofa King Sleepy. I don't know if you noticed, when I was playing that bit of video where I made my challenge, your super chat went up in the side. I couldn't read it because of the quality of the graphics, but I could read it, Sofa King Sleepy. $2 US. Unwrinkle your brow money. Yeah, I need a bit of zen. That's better. All is well. Mitch is moody. Moody Mitch. Okay, if I actually get myself back in the right room. What am I doing? Right. There's two people I want to bring in first. I have Earth is Life and Mr. 42. Hello, guys. How are you?
How's it going, Mr. Principal?
Hello, Earth is Life. I'm just going to turn up your volume a bit. Can you say something else?
Hello.
Oh, wow. Where did that come from? Sorry, that was you, Earth, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, let me just adjust it again slightly. And Mr. 42, how are you, my friend?
Good evening, Mr. Sensible.
You're a little loud as well. I have actually had to mess. I had to mess around with the sound volume to get his video at a decent volume. Didn't appear properly. So, guys, what do you think of that then?
That was funny. I did send you the video, but I didn't watch it, so I watched it now for the first time on your channel. It was even more hilarious than I expected.
Like,
Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't he just come in and like have a conversation instead of just like, hey, where's my money?
I
Why are you
don't.
not paying me?
Well, I can actually understand if he came in sort of almost as a joke. Hey, where's my money? Well, let's talk about your money. But I didn't get a chance to talk about it. He said the first thing. Well, I said, well, look, let's have a look at you're trying to renege. You're trying to wheedle out of it or whatever. That's rubbish. I was more than happy, absolutely more than happy to pay the money if he'd have done it, because I know he couldn't do it.
Exactly. Instead of coming in and automatically claiming victory.
Do you know what? And this is honest truth as well. I didn't mention it to Mitch, and I'm certainly not going to do it now. But I was thinking earlier, because he is in that position with his family. Now, it's pretty much of his making. But I thought to myself, do you know what? If he does turn up, and the fact that he'd done made an attempt of some sort, if he turned up on a stream and talked about it, I was going to ask him for his PayPal address and PayPal him £25. I was going to do that.
Not anymore.
So I'm sorry.
Not anymore.
No, I'm not going to. Partly because he was rude, but then he just ran away after just calling me loads of names, basically trying to shit on my channel and running away.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'd even do the same, just because the man has children.
Exactly.
Come in and just claim victory and say, "Where's my money?" That's kind of disrespectful.
Well, yeah. But if the person's going to say, "Look, no, I don't think you've met the challenge," then you're going to say, "Well, why? Explain to me why, so I can challenge that."
Exactly.
Because he did say about fixing it, so I did say draw it with a star, as I had originally asked. Yeah, it doesn't have to be an actual star, but with a point.
And the thing about this argument is that they don't understand the relationship between like a fixed point in the sky in relation to a flat surface and a curved surface.
I know. Actually, Earth is Life. Can I just confirm something with you? Just because I've seen another name that's very similar. You are the guy who I was talking to on Discord just a day or so.
Yes.
It is, yes. Okay. Yeah. I know who I'm talking to now.
Yep.
So everybody,
formerly known as B-Ball for Life.
Right, there we go. So there you go. And you've got a channel, haven't you?
Yes.
So can someone please find Earth is Life's channel and post a link to it in the chat? Anyway, how are you, Earth is Life? It's good to actually speak to you. I know.
I'm good.
Good. I'm glad.
Good. I had a few minutes, and I saw that you were live, and I was just kind of jumping in and out. But I wanted to just hop on real quick because I saw that you had Mitchell on. I wanted to see if I could get a word with him real quick, but of course he ran off.
I couldn't get a word with him quick. I don't think he's ever been. Has he been on my stream at all? I think he has. I had a debate with him on Fight the Flat Earth, and I can't remember. Maybe someone else can remember if he's actually been on the stream at all or not. I'm just not sure. But I thought, brilliant, he's come. Because not being funny, I like to think of myself as a nice, friendly guy. I've had Flatzoid on here, and we've had our bust ups, even to the point where I gave him a copyright strike on one of his videos. But he still, and I'll give him credit for this, he was man enough to come on here and just be decent, and we got on all right.
Right.
Yeah, there's no reason for what he was like, but there we go. I just want to read a super chat from John Rapp, $2 Australian. Oz officially disowns Mitchell from the Pacific. Oh, poor Mitch. Poor Mitch. He travelled all the way around the world and he was only here 5 minutes. I see that. Yeah, sorry, go on, Ev.
No, I was just gonna say that I wanted to ask him about his the app that he was showing on his channel the other.
Oh, it's not that flat Earth clock and zodiac thing, is it?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's DITRH's app. It'll cost you $3, apparently.
We have been watching that video today, Earth is Live, on the Davies channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask him about. Like, why would you reveal that there is a flat earther in Antarctica?
And the app uses GPS the most.
GPS, yeah.
Exactly.
Which apparently and allegedly works on towers. So for some reason they put loads of towers all over the Southern Oceans and Antarctica.
Yep, absolutely.
When nobody can go. I suppose you need to keep track of those penguins. Make sure they're...
You know what's crazy? What's crazy is that when you click on that dot down in Antarctica, it goes to it says a tiny URL.
Right.
Right. So if you take that tiny URL and you post it like in your browser, and you put like a plus sign after it,
yeah,
it takes you to a like a Christian website.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and then when you go to that website, it has like videos. Like you scroll down, and it has like videos, and it takes you also to a YouTube channel of a guy, like a Christian guy.
Do you know,
I'm not sure if that's the actual person down in Antarctica, but when I watched one of the guy's videos, the guy he's like a preacher. He's got a bunch of subscribers too.
Yeah.
And the guy has a globe in one of his sermons. So I don't know if it's just like. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
It's almost worth getting the app, joining that flat friend finder, and putting a dot somewhere near the North Pole or whatever, and linking it to my channel. Hey, $3. I wonder how many views I'd get from it though. Is it worth the $3? But hey, just for the lols, might be worth it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Again, another thing about that app is like it's not even like it's not even accurate.
I bet it's not. It's not
at all. It's not even accurate. Sorry. Like when I went on there, I'm basically on some island south of like in one of the bays in Africa. And I'm like, that's not my location. What's going on here?
And I understand it crashes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Like every minute or so, it crashes.
So how long before you can ask for your money back?
I think you have like 30 minutes or an hour. I'm not even sure.
Okay.
I've already passed that, so I lost my little $3.
Oh man, you must have money to throw away.
No. Well, I mean, what's $3? I'll spend $3 on a candy bar or something.
Yeah, I know, but would you spend $3 on a candy bar and give it to DITRH, David Weiss? I wouldn't. I'd spend $3 on a cup of coffee and throw it in his face. Although that's assault, of course. I'd never do that, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what's happening to Mr. 42. I think he's going into another dimension. Are you all right? Are you CGIing?
Mr. 42 was walking into another room.
Ah.
But what you see is me walking and the background not changing. So that is...
I see. I got you. I see. That's clever. I still can't get over Mitchell. Look, we've got a couple more people in the chat.
I have one question for you, Mr. Sensible.
Yeah, go ahead. And then what I'll do is I'm going to bring in Schmorka and the Snark. Okay, that's their sort of 5-minute warning, or probably less. Go ahead, 42.
All right. I saw you in a little clip in someone else's video, and you had the background audio. Of the Enterprise. I am using that in OBS. Everything that you do,
No, you can't do that. You can't. It's not It's not the done thing to steal other people's work, you know.
I never heard it from you before.
What do you mean you never heard it? Hold on a second. I will show you.
Oh, that was a while ago, wasn't it? When you were using that background?
A long time I've been using this
Yeah, I
background.
remember that.
Hold on.
I'm not saying you never used it. I just never heard it myself. It's two different things.
Hold on. I'm not zoomed into it properly. Let me just transition. I've got to find it on OBS where it is. Right. Can you hear that?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Because if I actually, I've probably got it. I've turned it down a bit. Because not only have I got the sound.
Okay, mine is here.
Look, you see, all the graphics are moving behind me as well.
Yeah, that is true. I don't have that.
No, you don't.
And I saw that from you first. That's true.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
I've used this for a long time. I have a suite of these things, a suite of them. And what you're doing, you're going along pinching them. It's not done. You can't just go and do that. Yet normally I'll have that turned off because if you're not careful, if I switch between background videos, one or two of them have got, because I haven't re-recorded them and made them silent, and I've had that before. There's one with a beach with the waves washing up, and people could barely hear me above the crashing surf, so I had to adjust it. Actually, I might as well stay with that just to rub your nose in it. I'll switch the sound back on, just not too loud, just to annoy you.
Oh man.
Yeah, oh man. I've got another Star Trek background as well. Have you not seen my one with the L cars? 42?
Probably have, but I should see.
Yeah, okay, let's show you the L
Let's do it
cars.
another time. Let's
No, I
get
can
some
show you now. I don't mind showing you now. I might have to
Oh.
resize it a bit. Hold on.
You guys both use OBS?
We do. Well, I'm
Okay.
assuming he does as well. He's probably nicked
Oh,
that from me as well.
No. That's not from you. That is the first time I created a video about half a year ago. I actually asked Cats and Jesse what are they using to record the video
Okay.
because I had no idea at the time.
There you go. Can you see that? I've got L cars. It will start changing.
Yeah.
It runs
Nice.
different
Oh, yeah.
different
Yeah.
parts of it. But the graphics, actually, I'll try and zoom it a bit. Because I've not got a lot of space on there. But when it changes, you can see different L cars sort of functionality.
I think I should just listen to David Keller and I should go full Borg mode.
Right, well, I've got another super chat I saw. Let me just refresh. Oh, and I forgot. I'm going to bring Snark and Schmucker in just 1 second. John Rapp. Oh, I've read that one about Oz disowning Mitchell. Some old dude super chat $10 US. Thank you, dude. Maybe Mitch suffers from aphantasia. That might explain a lot. I've got to be honest. I know the word, but I can't remember the meaning of it. Oh, look, there's the L Cars 42. You see?
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, posh stuff, eh? Thank you for that, dude. I appreciate it. Right, let's bring in Schmorker and the Snark before I forget them again. Hello, Schmorker. Hello, Snark. How are you guys?
Hello.
Snark.
Greetings.
Evening.
You right, Snark?
I'm very good. How are you?
You're
Mic is kind of low, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit low.
Oh, right.
It's a bit muffly.
Oh, oh,
Are you sitting on your microphone?
no, not.
Do you have it inserted somewhere?
It sounds like it's under your pillow or something.
Don't know what happened to it. It should take the microphone from my headset, but it
Well,
doesn't always do that.
That's a bit. That is a bit better. Oh, 42. Limey Plays just commented that he may or may not have stolen my accent. So if you're going to use my backgrounds, 42, you must speak in my accent. Okay.
Huh. That is a bit hard for me.
Yeah. When you can do it, I'll stop complaining. Hello, Schmorker. Good evening to you.
Night for me.
Oh, good night for you. Are you okay?
I'm in Moscow.
In Moscow?
Yeah.
Niet. Do svidaniya. That's the extent of my Russian.
No, Privyat.
Привет.
Pripyat. That's Chernobyl, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not in Russia.
No, it's not Russia, is it?
Chernobyl is in Ukraine.
Nichevo. Or is it Nichevo? Don't know.
You guys lost me.
And me.
I
Don't worry about it. If so, Shmulka, appreciate you may not be able to say, but is this you're in Moscow for personal reasons, for work, or is it something you can talk about, or would you have to kill everyone if you told us?
I can't tell you
Please do.
because I'm just existed here. I don't know how that happened.
You just suddenly appeared there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, technology, dude. Modern technology. Aaron Armstrong's just super chatted $5 Australian. Could you please summarise for the latecomers, please?
Oh, can I?
Oh, go ahead. Give me a break because I need to rest my throat. So, summary of the story so far, courtesy
Yeah.
Mr. 42.
Okay. Mr. Sensible sent out a challenge for Mitchell from Australia to create a certain diagram pointing out a star. Mitchell tried to meet the challenge and failed completely. That is the short version.
But what happened? He came
Failed
on,
as
didn't he?
word.
Came on stream.
Yeah, but that made you so angry I didn't want to repeat it.
I'm past that now.
You did.
But did you hear him when he was calling me liar and renega and all these things? I said, call me anything you like. Don't call me late for dinner. And he said, you're late for dinner, and then ran away. I don't think he got it. Never mind.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure he did.
Mr. Sensible.
Yeah.
You made a mathematical impossible challenge.
Well, of course. I don't want to give away my money. That's the whole point, because they were claiming, or he was claiming, that it works on a flat Earth and only on a flat Earth. I was pointing out that if that's so, you should be able to do a diagram with a flat Earth and show lines equal distances apart at every 10 degrees, which will point to the star, and they don't, as he found out, and he didn't like that.
That's because he right now on the globe Earth. He need to go back into flat Earth, into his Narnia, and draw it inside flat Earth.
Well, I mean, the thing.
Easiest.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was gonna say the easiest way for him to do it in like reality is like go to a hallway, and like a hallway with like lights on the ceiling.
Yep.
And then draw an angle or somehow get an angle to each one of those lights and see how the angle changes the farther away you go on those lights.
I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? It's so obvious.
Yeah, and you should see like over a flat surface, those angles will start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. There won't be equal every time. You know how each angle is equal on a curved surface?
Yeah. Please carry on. Apparently, there's a problem with the sound. You guys are a bit quiet again, so I'm just adjusting it. So you carry on, Earth.
Yeah, like the farther away you go on a curved surface, all those angles are going to be an equal amount, and on a flat surface, it's not going to be equal amount, and that's the easiest way to represent it in reality.
Yeah, I think they do have a problem visualizing 3D. This whole thing, I mean, he brought it up in his video and he mentioned it tonight, saying, oh, that's Muppet vision. Well, I was thinking, how would I describe that? If I'm trying to draw a diagram of me throwing something and it going in a curve, there's no point in me drawing it from this view, because you'll just it gets smaller, go up a bit, go down a bit. No, you draw the side-on view so you can see the nice curve it draw. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not trickery or anything. But right. He calls it, and others have, but he used it a lot, or used to, calls it Muppet vision, and says you're drawing the side of your head. Why can't you draw? The man's
it is one of the laws of Flirfton. If you can think in 3Ds, you cannot be a flat earther, and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
He
If you
also
can think in 3D, then you can imagine why the whole flat Earth goes wrong all of the time. So this Gary, the Gary Failinga cannot think in 3D. That's why he always keeps thinking that he's right, and he's not.
Yeah,
He's
but
just an uninformed idiot.
what you've got though is you've got people who, through no fault of their own, cannot think in 3D and are mistaken, and you've got others, of course, who are just lying for the money. People like Mr. Nathan Oakley, and we know he's lying. Ask him about the lighthouse proof. Where do you think Mitch is on this line? Do you think there's a certain amount of genuine misunderstanding? Do you think he understands totally and is just happy to lie, or is he someone?
I think so. That's why he's so smug. You can only be so smug if you think you're right, and by now it's impossible that he thinks he's right all the time. It's impossible. Oh, and John Rapp has a certain opinion.
I know. I was just about to read it when I had a point. John Rapp, super chat. Thank you, John. $2 Australian. Mitch's understanding is showing huge refraction. Yeah, actually, he does actually make one interesting little point later on in his stream. He was saying, or in the comments, maybe in the comments, saying that stars towards the horizon don't drop exactly 1 degree for 69 miles. And in that, technically, he's right, because you get refraction, which is going to lift them slightly, which is why if you were trying to use a sextant, you don't use objects that are right close to the horizon, because refraction is having a bigger effect. You use ones that are higher up. And he also mentions triangulation, and of course they don't use triangulation. So he's wrong there.
With the light coming in parallel, yeah, that's interesting.
he also claimed trigonometrical functions as linear, but
I know.
they're not.
Yeah, but he couldn't show it. He couldn't show it. And in excuse me, in a way, it's a shame, really. In that if he had done the diagram, first of all, he would have broken geometry. But I would have paid him his money, and that would have shown that I'm an honest person. Perhaps I need to do a challenge that they can actually meet.
There was somebody in the chat who had a very interesting idea, and he said if you draw an enormous star, then you can make all those lines go there and meet the same star. But fortunately, he was not intelligent enough to think of that.
Well, there's
That
yes,
would be the
no,
loophole.
yeah. Actually, that would have been the loophole. Yes, because those lines aren't. Well, it would have been. Those lines are not technically pointing to the same point, but they're pointing to the same star. So yeah, that would have met the rules. That would have been a loophole. I'd have had to say, you cheeky bugger, you know damn well that's not what I meant, but you did fulfil the rules, so I pay you the money. And I'd have been kicking myself.
Yes, the goalposts have now been moved.
Yeah. Yeah, officially, Mitch.
Yes.
Officially, Mitch. You cannot use that as a loophole. And to be honest, I think at this point, because of his behaviour, I shall just withdraw the challenge. I might open it up to another flat earther, but if I do, I'll have that as a loophole. I'll cover that loophole. I mean,
as a fixed loophole.
Yeah.
Well, we can fix the loophole and send it to Gary.
I told Gary, because Gary kept saying in the chat that Mitch was right, and I said, so Gary, then why don't you answer it and do a drawing and collect your £200?
Gary is claiming that it's correct, yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh yeah, well
Well, Gary, you saw my challenge video. Do you want to have a crack at it, Gary?
And
Gary usually only wants to talk about the Gary usually only wants to talk about the Rayleigh criterion and narrow angles. That's pretty much his only argument.
Well, you can demonstrate it.
The Rayleigh criterion that works for the whole field of view at the same distance, but no, for Gary it only works at the horizon because of reasons.
Yeah. Well, my challenge was to Mitch, and Mitch has failed. So Mitch, you're not getting that 100. You're getting nothing. And as I did mention to the guys, although it wasn't part of my challenge, I had previously decided that if you came on the stream, we had the discussion almost as a surprise. I was going to just donate £25 because I know that you have 5 children and that you're not working. But your behaviour, quite frankly, was despicable and rude, and there was no need for it. And then you stormed off like a fairy. Suck it up, princess. You didn't do it. It's not refraction, says Gary. It's angle compression. Well, Gary, you may say that. I couldn't possibly comment. I'm not going to go into discussing that tonight. I've got to get up at 5 in the morning, so and it's coming up. It's coming up to 11, so I'm going to finish in a couple of minutes. I'll tell you what, Earth. I'm really glad you came on here tonight. Really am. It's good to speak to you. Good to sort of meet you properly.
No problem.
Did I just hear a little sneeze, 42?
Yeah, she is playing.
Oh,
It's a fake one.
well, I hope everyone enjoyed that. It'll be interesting to see what Mitch does next. We all know that I'm just going to get bombarded with videos that saying I'm a liar and don't.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if he had drawn a diagram with the star and had drawn lines to it, even with the loophole, if he had thought of that, he'd have got his money. Then, had I not paid his money, he could have moaned quite validly. Unfortunately, he didn't meet the quite simple challenge. Simple as in simple to understand, not to fulfil, as he found out. Well, I don't know. Oh, second best Bob. Super chat £5. This is money for Mage 3. The Rocket. Do you know what?
Yeah,
I did actually think of looking into rocketry, but it gets extremely expensive extremely quickly. I mean, very expensive.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to get as high as the balloon.
No. You'd be amateur rocketeers generally don't get anywhere near that high. So it might have been fun. I'd probably have enjoyed doing it. Oh, Dora Koo, €2 super chat, 5 a.m. on a Sunday for some coffee. Thank you, Dora. That's a lovely thought.
You're gonna need it.
I am going to need it, yeah. But for some reason, they've given me an 8-hour instead of a longer shift tomorrow. Our day length does vary, but they're generally longer. And just out of the blue, tomorrow's a shorter one, so I'm happy about that. And Erin Meow, super chat, $5 Australian. Thank you, Erin. Good morning from Australia and good night. Hey, Erin, since you're in Australia, if you see Mitch, kick him. Again.
Fight violence.
Hey, Mr. Sensible, I got to get out of here, but I really appreciate you letting me come on.
No problem. You're welcome, Earth. Always welcome. Okay, it's nice to see a new face. Nice to meet you for the first time. I know we've chatted a bit in the background, but it's good to have you on here.
Right. Awesome. Yeah,
Okay.
Anytime.
Cool. Well, if I'm live, you can always just jump in the live waiting room. It doesn't guarantee everyone gets on, but usually I try and get most people on. Don't I, guys?
Cool. I'm just gonna is it cool if I just plug my channel real quick?
Yeah, please do.
Right.
And can Colon, if you're watching, can you just find the channel is called Earth is Life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Colon, or another mod, if you could find it, drop the link. Go ahead, plug your channel.
Yeah. Just check out Earth is Life. I do debunking, all that good stuff. My next video I'm gonna try. See, the thing that I use is it's called Space Engine, and what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna see what it looks like to look at Saturn while standing on Saturn's moons.
Oh,
So that'll be my next video.
wow. That sounds interesting. It looks. Yes, Dora's just put a link, so it's still got the channel name is B-Ball for Life. But yeah, the link is just there up on the screen at 10:53 p.m. from Dora and Koo. Thank you for that, Dora. That's appreciated. So yeah, please check out Earth is Life's channel. Have a look around.
Right button right now.
Well, there you go.
Cool. All right, Mr. Pencil, I appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. You take care.
I'll talk to you.
See you again. I'll
All right,
just
gentlemen.
I'll just move you into the waiting room. Good night to you.
Yep.
cool. What a nice guy. And I had a super chat again. Let me just read it from Andreas Elt, 50 Swedish krona. Challenge for anyone living south of the Tropic of Capricorn. Does the sun set north or south of due west? You've got until 1st of March 2022 to answer.
It's such a simple observation. It doesn't work on a flat Earth.
Yeah, but we know loads of things that don't work on a flat Earth.
Yeah, like flat earthers.
Yeah, I was going to say, including Mitchell from Australia, but I thought I can't say that. But yeah, hey, I can.
Oh well, yeah, well, I'm a bit loose-lipped in some senses.
Yeah.
In that sense, like okay.
Never mind.
I know.
Never mind. Well, that was fun. That didn't go quite as expected. Firstly, I didn't expect him to turn up. Secondly, I was pleased when he did. And thirdly, he really shocked me with coming full on aggression like that. There we go. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Yeah.
Talking over you all of the time.
Right.
I don't know why.
Oh, colon, I've just got your message about those images. I'll have to leave that for now. Yeah, it's 5 to 11, guys. As I said, I'm up at 5. That's going to be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's a short shift. Right now, I've got no videos directly in the pipeline. There's a channel that I've not tackled before that I've been keeping an eye on. Not the most pleasant of channels, and I'm humming and hawing about whether to do it and what to do. We shall see. And I'm hoping for some sort of response from Matt Powell, official, but I'm not sure if I'll get one.
No, I'm surprised that Everett Anderson keeps digging up small flavor channels. It's always
I know.
very enjoyable.
I know he gets them from everywhere, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Thank you very much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I can get myself back onto my Discord, I'm going to drop you back into the waiting room. Colon's there, and I'll pop in after I've closed the stream down. All right.
All right.
Okay. So
Good evening, people.
thank you, Schmorka, Snark, and Mr. 42. Good night to you guys. Let's move you over. Yeah, I did enjoy that. I really did. Thanks, Mitch. You livened things up, didn't you? And I'm sure you're going to get some content from that. Unfortunately, you're not going to be proving the flat Earth. You're not going to be disproving the globe. You're just going to be saying nasty things about me. But it's about par for the course, really, isn't it? There we go. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for the very kind super chats. Every single one's appreciated. And, of course, you're all appreciated just by coming. And a big welcome to any new names in here who I may or may not have seen or mentioned. You're very welcome. Thud says, Mr. Sense will keep it cheesy. Will do, sir. Want to wish you all a good night. The rest of the weekend for you guys. Some of us are working. Apart from Mitchell, I don't think he... Oh, dear. Did I say that again? That was a bit uncalled for, wasn't it? Never mind. Want you all to take care. Till next time, stay sensible.
Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensible, bring me some cheese, and get me only the best if you please, Here are some flowers, let me display.
Bjorn Kamitz, thank you very much for that last minute 50 Swedish krona super chat. No particular reason, just enjoy your work. Thank you, sir.
You are a man, every subscriber is a faithful fan. Bring your logic and your cheese, Mr. Sensible, help us out, please. Mr. Sensible, I needed proof of gravity, so I jump off the roof. It's hard enough, let me go further. Why was I ever such a darn flat earther, Mr. Sensible? I'm such a clown. I am the laughing face of the town. Bring your logic and your cheese, Mr. Sensible, help me out, please. Mr. Sensible, bring me a sphere to which the waters of the oceans adhere. let me be candid. So clear that all the fluff must understand it, Mr. Sensible. Mr. Sensible, please hear my call. Please hear my call. The earth is not flat, so let's have a ball.